I knew that the woman takes care of the kids, the woman cooks, the woman cleans, and then the husband just does. He works and he comes home and he does whatever he want to do. But me, I'm like, "No, I want my husband to help out. I really want that." With my upbringing,
Forgiveness whispered, hearts began to mend. Restored and rising, we found our way. Through all the trials, we learned how to stay. From ashes we
it, my mom was single. Our father was in prison our entire existence. So I didn't have that foundation of a strong marriage. What does a strong marriage look like? Even in our church growing up, we saw some couples, maybe two or three couples, but we didn't really see it on a daily basis, right? So, and then also watching TV, you see certain sitcoms with marriage, but again, I didn't have that example. So my thought process, coming in was obviously I knew that the woman takes care of the kids, the woman cooks, the woman cleans, and then the husband just does. He works and he comes home and he does whatever he want to do. But me, I'm like, "No, I want my husband to help out. I really want that." And then I noticed that early on in the marriage that it wasn't like that. It wasn't, and I began to get stressed out a little bit. So I was just like, we're not gonna do that.
Can we pause there for a second?
Of
Because
course.
that's how you grew up in a single
That's how I grew
family
up. Absolutely.
home, and we can talk a little bit more about that. But for me, I grew up in a traditional home in the suburbs. Mom and dad, were married. I had two sisters. What you would say was, definitely very good balanced home. My mom, for most of my life, stayed home. Dinners were always cooked. And we had, meals together as a family, pretty much every day, every night, I should say. My dad would work and then come home, and he would do everything what needed to be done on the outside. My mom would kind of, do what needed to be done on the inside.
Which is not much to be done. Which is not much to be done on the outside, but okay.
Okay. And I would just say that, I never saw my dad clean. I never saw him cook a meal at all. When there was a microwave, right? I remember getting a microwave, and it's like that was very helpful for him.
Yeah.
But he just never really did that. So very traditional family is how I was raised. So
so that's the coming together.
That was a little bit different.
Yeah.
So that was obviously an issue.
Yeah. So that's his foundation, my foundation, and bringing both of ours together. So working through that. So, that created some friction.
A little bit.
Well, it created stress within me, okay? Because my love language is acts of service, gifts. I want somebody to come in and help. Help me. Okay? Help me.
Yes. Gifts and service was hers.
Yes.
Right. So if I bought like a brand new vacuum, that's a gift.
That's a gift.
And it will help with service. So you would think that would work, right? No, she wanted me
physical labor
to buy the vacuum and then actually do the vacuuming and all that. Where my love language was, has always been affirmation, right, and physical touch, right. So for me, I want to, I like to be touched, right. So if she's it'll calm me down, all that. So she doesn't like to touch. And she doesn't
so much.
Well, let me ask you, how well are you with compliments and giving words of affirmation? That's something that you are blessed at, or
no? I'm not, and I am still learning after 18 years. Still learning to. I am that y'all pray for me, but I'm learning to give more of compliments. And there's moments where I'll just come up and kiss him on his head, rub his chest, rub his back, stuff like that. But God is still growing me in that area.
Yes. And it used to be if I was frustrated, um, had a rough day. I mean, being a high school vice principal, you're just dealing with a lot of messy, putting out fires all the time and stuff
Okay.
like that. And so I would come home with just issues that were just
Hmm.
life, right? You're
Yeah.
struggling with different things, and I would be frustrated, and then she would just, and it would get even more,
Yeah.
right? And I would
Yeah.
say one thing that you have really, especially since we've been back together, part of the rising, I should say, of us is that you have gotten so much better in calming down my fire, putting out my fire when I'm fresh. If I'm not having a good day, if I'm getting aggravated, whatever, you're learning how to solve that,
Yeah.
right? With it, maybe like you were saying, coming up and a little bit of physical touch, or
Mhm.
the words of affirmation have massively helped. So I thank you for that.
Yeah. And you definitely gotten so much better. My honey cooks, my honey be cleaning. I be like, yes, baby.
I'm just basically Mr. Mom, but I'm also working full
I'm so
time.
grateful.
Okay, maybe not that.
Okay, because you do it the most now. No, but I'm so grateful for that. But again, it took time.
Mm.
It took grace at times to even get to this point. So
But this
I'm
is this is more of the rising. So let's
yeah.
kind
So
of get
I'm
back to
grateful
our
for the
story.
rising. But
Yeah.
yes, let's take it back. So with that foundation of us coming into marriage of you having a two-parent household, me having a one-parent household, it just brought obviously some friction there. So which created for him, because of my stress and anxiety from him not really helping me, um, that made me like nag, right? So which created stress for him. And I'm assuming the stress and all of that just pushed you into pornography, more of it, getting more and more into it.
Yeah, that's true. So not just from the nagging. I mean, I would probably say also I came from a probably authoritative type of traditional household where the father, his word, that was it, and what the dad said, that was it, and the wife agreed, and the kids just all followed in suit, and that's what I was used to, and that didn't happen,
Mm,
right? We would battle on,
yeah.
um, I would say something and expect it to, and not agreeing, and would come off as um, stubborn or come off as disrespectful, and
Yeah.
I would say that definitely that I learned were major triggers for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So we at the time of you getting the new position, we were at a church that we decided to
Yeah,
move
leave.
from.
Mhm.
And
Forgiveness whispered, hearts began to mend.